Mm. Welcome to the Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Just had a little technical difficulties. It happens. Y'all been rocking me for a while. Y'all know I have some technical difficulties from time to time, but we back. We are back. So you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Follow me on Instagram at Captain Will the OG. Follow me on Twitter at Gamecocks Talk. Follow me on Instagram, like I just said. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on YouTube at Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. It will change your life. On YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification key so you will find out when I am going live like we are right now. We got to go with today, y'all. I said we got to go with today, y'all. We talk about the big victory of South Carolina women's basketball team beating the Clemson Tigers, a team that I know, I love, I hate. I love to hate them. That team in orange can't talk too much about it because they, I get aggressive when I'm talking about Clemson. I really do. I get aggressive. I've been talking about Clemson Tigers since I was a little boy. My brother is a huge Clemson Tiger fan, and we've been going at it since we were kids. So, it is what it is. But I'm seeing a lot of comments. I'm seeing a lot of vitriol. I'm seeing a lot of anger with this South Carolina women's basketball team for some of the fan base. I'm like, what are we fighting about? What are we talking about? What are we saying right now? South Carolina won by 28 points. We won by 28 points. We didn't win by 2 points. We didn't win by 4 points. We won by 28 points. If you recall, when I was doing my prediction, I said we was going to win by 30 points. You go back and look at the pregame show. You'll see the Captain Will said that we were going to win by 30 points. Well, I was a little 2 points off, and we won by 28. Okay? So in honor of us winning the basketball game by close to 30 points, it's shot o'clock. So tonight, I got some tequila. We're doing some tequila tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, let's just call it like I said. Let's just do this, right? So get your shot glass up. Get whatever it is, tequila, some vodka, some sweet tea, some wine, whatever it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to celebrate. It's all about the Gamecocks winning tonight and doing what we do. So I don't want to hear no doom and gloom. I don't hear no, and it's weird to me that we could have some doom and gloom when we actually win by 30 points. So let's get it all out right now. Get it all out. Get it all out. Cheers on beating up Clemson yet again. Cheers. Woo! Oh my. My. All right, let's get this out of the way. This was not the greatest offensive display that South Carolina's ever had. Let's be real. We've been hitting on every cylinder known to man over the first two basketball games. That didn't happen this game. Okay? That didn't happen. It didn't. We shot 45% from the field. We shot 56% from three. And you hear those numbers like, that ain't too bad. Like 45% from the field, 56% from three, 80% from the free throw line. Like that, like Cap, that ain't those numbers ain't bad. Like you got teams that would do so much if we be jumping up and down if they had those numbers. But apparently, South Carolina women's basketball team is on a whole different plane, because when we put numbers like that We didn't play well. Okay, so those numbers and doubling it up and points in the paint, twice as many, almost twice as many rebounds. Those are good numbers, but it's not to the level of what we saw the first two games. We didn't see the fast break offense that we saw the first two games. We didn't see it. What you didn't see in this basketball game was stellar defense by this basketball team. Clemson as a whole shot 23% from the field. Clemson as a whole shot 15% from the three-point line. I mean, come on. Are we going to poo-poo stats like that? We can't. We got to call a spade a spade. We got to dig deep and look at the whole totality. First two basketball games, our defense don't play well. First two games. Defense play, I shouldn't say didn't play well. Our defense didn't play to the level of South Carolina basketball. Okay. Well, tonight, we held a team to 23% from the field and 15% from three and double up in rebounds, and there's a situation. Like, can we please everybody? I don't think we can. And yes, I'm drinking some Josh wine because I'm excited. Couple things to note in this basketball game. Okay. It was up and down. First quarter, we looked pretty good. I ain't gonna say we looked tremendous. We had 20 points. They had 12. They hit that lucky three at the end of the quarter. Second quarter, 15-12. Third quarter, I don't know what we was doing in the third quarter. I just got to keep it real. It's like we was going through the motions in the third quarter. Clemson actually had more points than us. They had 11 points. We had 10 points. You know, I was feeling some type of way about it. That fourth quarter, South Carolina women's basketball team defense set a record. Clemson had 2 points. 2 points in the fourth quarter. In the history of ever playing basketball, no team has ever scored 2 points in a quarter against South Carolina. Clemson had an offer. There was 0 for 17 in the fourth quarter in field goals. There was 0 for 9 in three-pointers. If they would have hit 2 free throws, they would have got 0 points in the quarter. And we sitting there complaining about the offense. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Clemson is a pretty good basketball team. They are. They are a pretty good basketball team. And if you got a pretty good basketball team, you know, we can't beat everybody by 50 points. It just ain't possible. We're going to play some teams that are actually going to play us pretty good. That's just the fact of the matter. And Clemson played us pretty good for a couple of quarters. They still lost by almost 30 points, but they played us pretty good. It ain't, please. This team is still figuring it out. Still figuring it out. One starter returned to this basketball team. One starter. There are going to be times, and maybe I should have led with the show with this right here. There's going to be times where we're going to look unfreaking believable. Unbelievable playing basketball. We're going to be running, and we're going to be running. It's going to be fast breaking. It's going to look like the Lakers did in the 80s. But here it is. It is so crazy. It's so crazy that we got to move on. Okay? It ain't gonna be like that all the time. It won't be like that all the time. But it's gonna happen because we are imperfect. We're in the third game of the season, and we're 3-0. Okay, and we just gotta just it's okay. It's a work in progress. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, y'all calm it down, relax. For the ones, and I do have an administrative note. If you made comments previously, because I had some disruption in the force, in the matrix that's going on, what was going on with my show earlier, those comments disappeared. So if you would be kind enough, if you want your comments to appear, if you want my chocolate drop to send me those comments, my chocolate drop, my wifey, to send me those comments, make sure you send those comments again. Okay, I will really appreciate it because I want some of y'all to come on, be acknowledged on the show. All right, I really do appreciate it because some of y'all was texting and DMing and commenting during the game and saying all kinds of crazy stuff and saying, so make sure you do the same thing. Okay, and it helps the thing grow too. You helps the show grow. So I really do appreciate it. And like I'm not, like folks say, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share and all those things, and tell a friend, tell a baby mama, tell a baby daddy, tell a divorcee, tell all these different folks about Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I really do appreciate it. Let's go through some of these numbers for this basketball game for South Carolina. Let's go through a few of these numbers. South Carolina, I already mentioned to you what our field goal percentages, but if we go to it was kind of uneven. Joyce Edwards came out on fire. Joyce Edwards came out like she is the best player in college basketball. And for, I would say, 2.5 quarters, she was. For 2.5 quarters, there was nobody on planet Earth that could touch Joyce Edwards. She was playing unbelievable basketball. What I think, South Carolina got too comfortable playing through Joyce Edwards. And so you got a whole lot of watching. And standing and hoping Joyce make a shot. Now, previous basketball game against Bowling Green, Joyce went 11 for 12. Okay, it looked like times in this game right here that she was going to continue on a pace like that. She still finished with 18 points, had 8 rebounds, 8 for 17 from the field. Had a couple of assists, had several rebounds, and she was our best overall player in terms of offensively and defensively in this basketball game. She finished with an efficiency of 21. She played sensational basketball. But here's the thing. We cannot just let Joyce ball and we just sit there and watch and hold our hands and twiddle our thumbs and things like that. We can't do that because she ain't going to make every shot. Although it seems like she's a cheat code. A lot of times she's on the court. She can't make every shot. And tonight, she shot less than 50%. 8 for 17, just a little less than 50%. Okay? So I think, especially that third quarter, Joyce was not hitting no buckets in the third quarter. And so those are the moments that you have a player like Taniyah Latson on this basketball team who can get you buckets. And I'm speaking of Taniyah Latson, again, through 3 basketball games, in terms of overall efficiency, Taniyah Latson has been our second or third best player on this team. Tonight, she had efficiency in 16. It's good. It ain't great. It's good, but she had 12 points, had 8 rebounds. She shot 4 for 8 from the field, had 3 assists. It's good basketball while playing some solid defense as well. But when Joyce ain't playing, in great basketball, when every shot ain't going in like it was the third quarter, players like Taniyah Latson need to step up. Now, you look at the stat line, and you see Madina with 12 points and 12 rebounds and things like that. And you're like, okay. She had a great game. Madina did not have a great game tonight. She did not. 12 points, 12 rebounds, 5 for 12 from the field, 1 assist, 15 19. This was a game when Madina should have had about 20 points. She missed some shots that she shouldn't miss. She took some shots that she shouldn't have took. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Keep it 100. This is the Captain Will show. So we just got to keep it real. We ain't gonna lie here and sit and say some stuff that ain't true. Joyce balled out. She had 18, 8, and 2. Latson balled out. She had 12 and 8 and 3. Madina didn't play as well as I thought she was gonna play in this basketball game. I thought she was gonna beat those little girls up. I really did. And at times in this basketball game, that player Hines from Clemson outplayed her. I can't let that happen. I can't fix that in my brain. She's a much better basketball player. And at times in this basketball game, she didn't play that way. Now, against Bowling Green, against Grand Canyon, she looked like a world beater. especially against Bowling Green. Now, again, you look at the stats, 12, 12, 1, efficiency of 19. The stats look great. The stats look great, but I wanted more from her, and I expected more from her. Now, we play against Southern Cal on Sunday, okay, at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Now, some of y'all, I know we got an older crowd to watch my show. I know we do, and this is the thing. Make sure you take your nap in the afternoon before you get ready and prep for this game, okay? So, on Saturday, this is the assignment from Captain Will. I need for my old heads to take an afternoon nap. Take an afternoon nap so you be ready. Rewatch the pregame show that you're going to have from me. Then be ready at 9 o'clock to give it all you got, okay? The game going to end about 11 o'clock. I'm going to go on live about 11 o'clock. We're going to be up about 1 o'clock in the morning. Turn it up, okay? So I need for y'all to do that. That's just prep work. That's just prep work as we get ready for Southern Cal. Madina, she got a ball out against Southern Cal. I don't see Southern Cal beating us by no stretch of the imagination. Make no mistake about that. But I don't want no close game in LA. Okay? I won't be able to attend that beat down of that Southern Cal is going to get from the real USC, because I'm gonna be calling the Liberty versus Duke game on Sunday on ESPN Plus. Make sure you tune in at 2 o'clock p.m. Okay, but let's just keep it real. We need our best players to play. Now, Tessa, and Lord knows, I believe Tessa is one of the best players in the SEC. But Tessa getting 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, shot. Tessa only had 8 shots. That's all Tessa Johnson had. I need aggressive Tessa. I don't want a passive Tessa. 13 points, 5 for 8 from the field. Tessa is our best shooter of the basketball on this basketball team. I believe Tessa Johnson is the best shooter of the basketball in the SEC. I believe that. And if you are the best shooter of the basketball, I need you to take more shots. I need you to take more shots. Obviously, in the construct of the offense, but I want Tessa Johnson shooting more than 8 times in a basketball game. I do. And I know we got stars amongst stars and blah, 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 blah. But Tessa is her. Legitimately, Tessa is a straight up baller. I got to get her more shots. I just do. Let's go through a few of these questions. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Ty Cromwell, no natty for us this year. Damn, you already saying that, huh? You already do 3 basketball games, and after a 30-point victory, we are literally winning by our margin of victory is about over 40, about 50 points. They're already through 3 basketball games of blowouts. You saying we're gonna win, but Ty Cromwell, continue. Our offense is slightly above average, and defensively, we are not A-level this year. Well, bro, I'm just keeping it real. I mean, why play the season? If this is where we at right now, we don't supposed to be. I mean, our offense is slightly above average. Slightly above average, okay. Slightly above average. We average about 80 some points, even with winning by getting 65 points. We still averaging about 80 points a game. Okay. And defensively, we're not A-level this year. Okay, through 3 basketball games. Okay, we just gave up 37 points against Clemson. Clemson shot roughly about 20%, 30% for the field, shot about 15% from 3, legitimately got 2 points in the fourth quarter. Offense is always our problem. I can't figure out exactly why. We won't beat UConn and UCLA this year. Well, Ty Cromwell, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you and give me your honest opinion. I would say this right here. Through 3 basketball games, I cannot, and I would say this right here. I watch a whole lot of basketball. Through 3 basketball games, I cannot legitimately say who's going to win the national championship this year. I can't say. You know why I can't say that? Because we started the season, Chloe being gone. We started the season, Ashton Watkins being gone. We started the season, Maddy missing 2 games already. Okay. We started the season, Agot missing half a game. That's how we started the season through 3 games. We don't know how injuries, how academic stuff, how life happens with all these basketball teams. Who's to say that UConn and UCLA are going to go injury-free? Who's to say that? What if some of their star players get injured, much like some of our star players got injured already? I would much prefer us trying to figure it out during the first week and a half of the season versus trying to forecast March or April of what we are going to be as a basketball team. I will say this right here, right now. Our starting 5 is as good as UConn and as good as UCLA. It is as good as LSU. It's as good as Texas. That is a fact. And if we play Texas, if we play Texas in Vegas, and we play them in the conference, when we play Duke, when we play any of those basketball teams, if we play UCLA in Vegas, we will be favored against all those teams. There's only one basketball team across the land where South Carolina would be an underdog against, and that is against UConn. And that is because of the history. Okay? So let's take a breath and enjoy the moment of what this basketball team is. This is a very, very talented basketball team that just beat a good Clemson basketball team. Okay? Clemson is not a scrub basketball team. I did not come on here on the pregame show and say that Clemson is a punk, that Clemson is a Rudy Poo. I never said those words. I know they're going to be a good basketball team. Here's the thing. Clemson is going to be in the top 20% in the ACC this year. That's how much I feel about Clemson. They have a really good head coach, and I believe they're going to take that next step. They took some steps last season, so they ain't no fake team. You know, so let's take a breath. Adam River, you said we look bad. What the hell? We won by almost 30 points. So if we look bad, Clemson shouldn't even got off the bus. What are we talking about? We are not, this is not we ain't gonna win every game by 50 points, y'all. Lord knows, we are some of the most spoiled fans. Oh my God. We ain't gonna win by 50 points every single game. I know we want to, but it ain't gonna happen. It is not going to happen. We going to lose. Here's the thing, y'all. More than likely, we ain't going to defeat it this year. We're going to lose a few games this year. And that is no shade. That's no shade. This is basketball. Sometimes the ball is not going to go in the hoop. It won't. Sometimes it's not. But we are not, what we're not going to do tonight on Veterans Day, on my day, where I served 22 and a half years in the Army retired, and my wife served 20 years in the Army in 6 days. And we ain't never gonna poo-poo this basketball team after winning by 28 points against a good basketball team. We ain't gonna do that. We can't do that. That's just wrong. That's just wrong. I mean, let's keep it real. Kaisha, the bigs went on a showcase tonight. I love it when they get active. I love watching, and Kaisha, thank you for the comment. I love watching bigs. I love watching their feet. I love just like this, you know, when I watch football, here's the thing. When I watch football, I watch the line of scrimmage. I don't really watch the ball. I really don't. I love the aggressiveness. I love because in football, if you are watching the defense and the offensive lines going at it, you know who win the game. You're not going to win the game. I don't care if Joe Montana. I don't care if it's Dan Marino. I don't care if it's Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham. I don't care who is the quarterback. If your offensive line suck, your offense ain't going to be as good. Okay? Take a look at our own football team. All right? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100 now. Now, watching our bigs, so you got a player like Madina, who I said didn't play great tonight. But you watch her move them feet. They are pulling her to the three-point line. They damn near pulling her to the half court. There's so much movement that Clemson did tonight. They shot 77,000 three-pointers tonight. So they, they were doing a hope and a prayer sometimes. But they are moving. Our bigs move so well. Okay? Madina, Joyce, Maryam, they move so well. And I like watching that. So great point on that. Nolan, we won't be talking about this game in February. We got the W, and that's what matters. The coaching staff will tune things up. Nolan, first of all, thank you for saying what I was thinking. Come on, like we sit up here complaining at third. We want 28 points. What you want? What do you want? Please tell me what you want. We should have beat Clemson by 70 tonight. Then we'd be happy, joy. That's what we should have did. We should have won by 70 points. Clemson, good basketball team. Now we go to Southern Cal, we go to LA, and we don't win by 20 points. So we're gonna be upset. We're gonna win if we win by 20 points against Southern Cal, we won't be upset. No, we ain't gonna be upset because Southern Cal is a good basketball team, right? Okay. If we win, so Southern Cal, we win by 5 points. We win by 5 points against Southern Cal in their spot in LA. The Kobe built. We're gonna be all doom and gloom, right? Because we only won by 5 points. If we mess around and lose that game, if we mess around and lose on Saturday in their home, in their spot, the season is lost, right? That's some of the some of the comments I'm seeing. That's how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in November? What's going on in November right now? Carolina winning by a margin of victory over 40 points. We're not talking about February, okay? We're not talking about January, because we come over here on November 11th like we lost a damn game. Who said something like that? McLeod said, "Don't make no excuses." Well, this first off, Cap Will ain't gonna never make no excuses. I don't know what you make excuse. What's the excuse you gonna make after you win by 28 points? What excuse you gonna make when you hold a team to 37 points and 2 points in the third and fourth quarter? Ain't no excuses. David Lane, thank you for being a member. Thank you so much. People are crashing out because South Carolina didn't score 100 points. This team will get better. That's just real. Because okay, we only had 7 fast break points. Clemson made it a point of emphasis to slow down the fast break. So you have players like Raven Johnson who cannot get started in this basketball game. She didn't. And we just look at the totality of this game in terms of players and what they did in this game. Raven didn't play well. Raven didn't play well at all. Raven played 30 minutes in this basketball game. She had 2 points. She had 2 assists. She had 2 turnovers. It was 1 for 5 from the field with 20%. Defensively, she had a defensive rating of 100.9. That is not Raven Johnson, who was second in the SEC in defensive rating through 2 basketball games. So offensively and defensively, Raven Johnson did not play well, and she got to play much better on Saturday against Southern Cal. She knows that. But we didn't get any easy baskets, real talk, into the fourth quarter. Now, Joyce did what she did, and she's going to do the same thing against Southern Cal on Saturday, because Southern Cal can't match up with Joyce Edwards. Not many people can. So Joyce will still get 18, 20 points. That's a given. But we got to have Raven Johnson, the same version of what she played the first 2 games, to play on Saturday. And I believe in the big game, she's going to do that. So I ain't worried about Raven, okay? But she didn't play well. She didn't play well. She had who else didn't play as well as I thought they should have played? Let me look at these things. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Maddy. I know she didn't play. I know she was suspended, so I ain't gonna touch on that. I did not touch on text her mom, so I don't know. So I don't have those answers at this time. Maybe Donna addressed that at this press conference. Obviously, I'm not watching the press conference. So but thank you for the comments, y'all. I really do appreciate all the love that's going on tonight. I really do. Court Bentley, Captain Will, Gamecocks, let's go. It's only the third game of the season. We're getting better. For real, Court Bentley. Thank you for the comment. And I am flabbergasted. I am losing my damn mind right now that after a 28-point victory, that we are saying that this team isn't championship worthy. I'm losing it. I really am. I'm really glad. I really am. I want this. After we beat Southern Cal on Saturday, I need that same energy. Okay, I need the same energy. Damian Langley, South Carolina did have some defensive laps, but they are going to begin to gel. Thank you for being a member, brother. Thank you so much. Javon Jones, LSU about to blow y'all out the water if y'all play it like this. What's up, my guy? What is up? What is up, Javon Jones? Bro, please take 4 seats backwards because LSU has played JV teams so far. I don't know who LSU. I don't know what LSU got. At least LSU is. At least South Carolina playing a team in a real conference. LSU won't even play a team in the conference or in a Power 4 conference. LSU doesn't play a ranked team in the first week of December. Okay, let's be real. So I don't know what because they playing teams. They playing teams that have no business playing. The non-conference schedule by LSU is nationally known as some of the weakest stuff that you can have. As an LSU fan, your non-conference schedule, you should be embarrassed and you shouldn't even talk. Nope. Any LSU fan should not open their mouth about this game of basketball played by women until the conference starts. Because the non-conference schedule is so irrelevant by LSU. I'm telling you right now, I think they played my high school the other day. I'm telling you, I think they did. I think we got Marlboro County High School, Bennettsville, South Carolina. I believe that we got the buses and we went to LSU. I'm telling you, I cannot confirm nor deny, but I'm telling you, I went to go see my mom and dad the other day, and I'm telling you, I swear, I think I saw the bus going to LSU, going through the one-stop light. I think they had the LSU people watching them. I'm just keeping it real. I don't know. That is the level of competition that LSU plays in the non-conference. You should be embarrassed. Javon, you know I love you, bro. Chuck Bailey, my dude, what is up? Speaking seat up. Mr. South Carolina bred Gullah accent 007 007. South Carolina women's basketball players still making mistakes they made the prior seasons for Joyce Edwards to be ranked 1 through 3rd high school player. So you say I don't see it. I literally don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm confused. I don't know what you're talking about. It's still making the mistakes they made prior seasons. Joyce being ranked 1 through 3rd high school player. So you say I don't see it. So I say that Joyce Edwards is one of the best players in college basketball right now. Top 10 in the country as a sophomore. So I say, apparently everybody else, because she was a, preseason All-American type. Preseason All-SEC first team. Maybe All-SEC first team last year. She's pretty good. She's pretty good. You don't see it. I don't know what you see. What I see is one of the best players in the country. That's what I see. I could be wrong. I watch a lot of basketball though. I watch a little bit. I watch a little bit of basketball. I think she's very special in terms of the mistakes that Carolina's making. I don't know. And Carolina's won more basketball games than anybody in the country in the last 7 years. I'm just saying. I don't know. Dawn Staley doing something right. I'm saying, and then everywhere, and every season you have top 3, top 5 strength of schedule. So Carolina pretty good basketball team. Carlo Jackson, thank you for being a member. Captain, come on, man. Why is it so hard for them to get Madina on the block? Bro, I don't know. Tonight, I was flabbergasted. I was tripping on some of the stuff that was going on. with Madina. Like I said before, early in the game, I said that I thought that there was a serious dependency on Joyce Edwards. And Joyce was dealing. Joyce is on her way to a 30-point game. She was on her way to a 30-point game, and then some of her shots didn't fall. And she didn't. She finished with 18 and 8. Still a very good basketball game for Joyce Edwards, and with the efficiency that she had, and 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 30 minutes of play. That's damn good. I ain't gonna lie. That's good basketball. She had a defensive rating, and this is the thing you won't hear in other breakdowns is defensive rating. So you have a player like Joyce Edwards who balled out offensively. Joyce had 18 points, but she also had a defensive rating of 69.5. 69.5. That is terrific basketball defensively. She can guard. Okay. Terrific. Matter of fact. But she's not going to be. We just can't just stand there and watch Joyce work. We're spreading the thing out. But, ladies and gentlemen, Latson got to get some more shots too now. She was only 4 for 8. She had 12 points. She had 3 assists. What tripped me out in a game like this right here? And Latson, offensively, she had an offensive rating of 94.8. She would say that was not good. I would say that's not good because she had 4 turnovers. If Latson wouldn't have had 4 turnovers, and I know we can't go back and say, oh, he didn't have 4 turnovers, but she led the team in turnovers. We can't have that. We can't have our preseason All-American having 4 turnovers. She's still figuring it out, okay? She is still trying to get comfortable in this system. You know what ain't going to happen? Her being comfortable after 3 basketball games. You know what will happen? Her looking amazing after 10, after 20 basketball games. It's going to take some time, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to take some time. It's okay. It's okay. We are fine. We are fine, y'all. It's going to be all right. Clemson is a solid basketball team, and they ran into a buzzsaw defensively because I don't think we constantly talking about the offense of South Carolina tonight, which was okay, but defensively, I mean, we got to put 10 toes in reference to defense. This was amazing defense. Clemson couldn't buy a basket shooting 23% from the field and 15% from the 3-point line. But Carolina had a whole lot to do with that tonight. Okay? Carolina had 10 or 11 block shots. That's special. That's special. Can we talk about that? Can we have some discussions on that about how elite defensively this team was? But can we discuss about that? 14 for 61 from the field. 5 for 33. Sometimes I don't even know if Clemson even saw the basket, but they were shooting it. 5 for 33 from the 3-point line. 5 for 33. Carolina got a little something to do with that. Just a little bit. Let's go through a few more comments, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck Billy said, nap, turn up, CW. Yeah, Chuck, bro, you know, my crew, my family, y'all know we take naps. We middle-aged. Come on now. Let's be real. We middle-aged folk. On a Saturday? A 9 o'clock game by South Carolina against Southern Cal? No, we better take a nap. Don't be getting tired at halftime now. No, we need all that energy. All that energy. Elaine Cambridge, thank you for the tip. Thank you, my sister. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the love. Madina got to get her shots in. She missed too many shots in the post. She sure did. You're talking about a player who was number 1 in the SEC in field goal percentage last season, who was shooting about 64% from the field this season, was missing a lot of buckets. I don't know why, but I need her to get those buckets on Saturday. We're going to talk a lot about Southern Cal on Saturday night. I'll be on the Paul Feinbaum show on Thursday at 5:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about this big matchup of the real SC. Okay, we'll be talking about it. And what I will discuss is I need Madina to play like I believe she can play. So Verneth Brooks, does South Carolina have a designated offensive coach? Do they have multiple schemes? Verneth Brooks, thank you for the comment. And South Carolina has been one of the top offenses in the country for multiple years. So we've had multiple players go to the WNBA. So yes, to answer your question, of course. Last season, in a quote-unquote down year, our offense was 5th in the country of 351 basketball teams. Okay, so South Carolina is legitimately one of the best offensive teams in the country and will always be that. Okay, Carlo Jackson, Tessa is probably the best shooter in the country, especially come up to pick and roll. Carlo Jackson, thank you for being a member. And Carlo Jackson, Tessa Johnson is her shooting ability is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Tessa looks so good shooting the basketball. Tessa is a type player. There used to be an old term back in the day. Old term. I'm talking about in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. I'm old school. But they see this old term back in the day. Because baseball used to be my sport. Love baseball. Baseball was everything for me. And I used to want to be my dad. My dad played second base. I want to be like my dad playing baseball, right? So, love the Atlanta Braves, championship years, all the stuff. I can name every player, every bench player. I can do all those things back in the day. There used to be this term that was said that was derogatory. So you throwing like a girl. That was a term. That was a real deal term where you say you throwing like a girl, and that was bad. So if a dude, that was a diss. If we playing a dozen, you say you throwing like a girl. That was bad. If you say now, like Tessa Johnson is playing like a boy, playing like a man. You know what that is? Tessa Johnson, these men, these boys need to play like Tessa Johnson. Tessa Johnson, because you flip things. What's derogatory is now not derogatory because you say you play like a basketball player. You play like a basketball player. You throw like a baseball player. Tessa Johnson, fundamentally, you look at her. That is how you want to shoot the basketball. I don't care in what level. I don't care if you're the NBA. I don't care if you're in whatever basketball level, man, woman, it does not matter. Tessa Johnson looks pretty when she shoots the shot. I'm talking about the shot looks amazing. There should be a class that is taught to players of the 351 Division I basketball teams about the form of a Tessa Johnson. That's how pretty it looks. She is so special coming off the screen. It looks like it's going in every single time. Trust me when I say that. When she was in Minnesota, was a 25th ranked recruit, 5-star recruit, McDonald's All-American. I saw her shoot the ball. I was like, oh my Lord, this girl can shoot the ball. Can shoot the ball. It is so pretty, special. You got players on men's basketball for the South Carolina team that needs to shoot like Tessa Johnson. And that's a fact. They need to go to the lab with a pen and a pad, with an iPad, and mimic what Tessa does. That's just a fact. It's so pretty. This should be a thing. It should be a t-shirt. Shoot like Tessa Johnson. I want to shoot like Tessa Johnson. That's how it should be. It's so pretty. It's so awesome. It's awesome. Mr. J said we have to throw Bowling Green and Grand Canyon out. We won't know who we are until we play more credible to games. 12 to 16 games will show our identity. That's true. That's every season. That's every season, bro. I mean, right now you play a team who is in the top third in the ACC, and you won by close to 30 points, and everybody is already ready to mail in the season. Already. but you won by close to 30 points. All right? We're going to look at this Clemson victory. I'm saying this right now on November 11, 2025 at 20:52. Clemson, if they do not make the NCAA tournament, they'll be right there. Right there. On this day right here, I think they have a very good chance of making the NCAA tournament. I do. I think they're gonna be a problem for teams in the ACC. And I think they're gonna win some games that they necessarily shouldn't win, but I think they're gonna be a problem. South Carolina is just bigger, faster, and stronger than most teams in the country, and they got whooped tonight. But I think they're a solid basketball team. GBZ 2525 LS Who fans want to be a dynasty so bad. Fam, you are so right. LSU win a championship and they think they're the world beaters. LSU have not, I'm gonna tell you last time LSU beat South Carolina. It'll take too long to think about. LSU, last time LSU beat, I tell you this right. Last time LSU beat South Carolina, I ain't even know my wife. And we've been married for almost 10 years. I ain't even know my wife last time LSU beat South Carolina. Let's just keep it real. And this championship that LSU won when they beat Iowa, because Iowa beat us. That same year, we beat LSU by 20 plus points. Okay? If we would have played LSU, we would have beat the crap out of LSU again. But they won the championship. They did what we didn't do. They beat Iowa. But LSU know damn well that we would have beat the brakes off of them. We'd have played them again. They know that. It was a horrible matchup for LSU against South Carolina. It was a better matchup against Iowa. You know, that's basketball. LSU knew the damn well they was not a better basketball team than us. They won a championship, but they was not a better basketball team. Stop it. Can't be a dynasty. It's not even a rivalry. I don't even know why I'm talking about going to the game February 14th. I'm going to that game. If I go to that game, if me and wifey goes to that game February 14th, it's because I want to hang out in Baton Rouge. I probably want to see Lauren from Big Brother. I want to see Full Wiley. But I know we're gonna win. LSU don't beat South Carolina ever. LSU never beat South Carolina. I'm sorry, LSU fans. Y'all would never beat South Carolina. It ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry. I don't care who y'all getting transfer portal or who y'all recruit. Y'all are never gonna beat South Carolina. And I know it hurts you to say that. It hurts you to hear that, right? That you're gonna never beat South Carolina. Every year, I'm like, damn, man, I want to beat South Carolina. You wake up, like, oh, okay, basketball season, November 3rd start. I want to beat South Carolina. You know, you're never gonna beat South Carolina, ever. I'm sorry. Lisa Grant, first, thank you for our service. Second, we got some work to do. Can't play down our competition. Lisa Grant, thank you for acknowledging my service. It was real. You know, my service is real. And I ain't gonna get emotional tonight in 2055. If y'all watch me on Big Brother House, I get emotional when I talk about the Army and I talk about the life that it gave me and my family. And I met my wife, and she's retiring and everything. So I can go on and on about that. I can do a whole show just talk about the Army and what it did for my family and my life. But thank you, and you're very welcome. In terms of playing down the competition, we'll see if we are playing down to our competition and the team against Clemson. A team like Clemson. I think that Clemson is a good basketball team. I do. I think over the course of time, I think in a few weeks, a month, 2 months, we'll see how good Clemson is as a basketball team. But I think they're a solid basketball team, so we'll see. Finally, Terrence Rose. Carolina's a super athletic at every position. Madina's off the chart. You're so right. She's a special basketball player. And again, she's a transfer. So you don't expect a transfer to come in, third basketball game of the season, November 11th, and play like she's been playing with Carolina for 3-4 years. That's not the way. That's not what you want right now. It's going to happen. And when it happens, when that light comes on, with Madina, when Tanaya gets more comfortable, all the questions about this basketball team will go away. And that's fine. That's good. We have a big week this week. We are playing Southern California. We are going to determine who's the real SC. I've been begging for this game for years, and it's going down. It's going down. So we're going to break all those things down over the course of this week, and we're going to have fun with it. With that being said, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man. Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. And to all my veterans out there, I love you. Thank you for your service, and I am proud to be your brother. Peace.